Jamie Dimon, born in New York City, is the son of Theodore and Themis Dimon, who had Greek ancestry. His grandfather was a Greek immigrant who worked as a banker and changed the family name from Papadimitriou to Dimon. Dimon has two brothers, an older brother Peter and fraternal twin brother Ted. Both his father and grandfather were stockbrokers at Shearson. He attended the Browning School and graduated summa cum laude in psychology and economics from Tufts University. He then worked in management consulting at Boston Consulting Group for 2 years before enrolling at Harvard Business School, where he earned an MBA as a Baker Scholar. After graduating, he turned down offers from Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Lehman Brothers to join American Express, where he would have fun, and his father Theodore Dimon was an executive vice president. This decision was also prompted by friend Sandy Weil. Sandy Weil is a former American banker and financier. He is best known for building the financial conglomerate Citigroup through a series of mergers and acquisitions. Weil began his career in the financial industry as a stockbroker in the 1950s. He later co-founded the investment bank Shearson Loeb Rhodes, which later merged with American Express to become Shearson American Express. In 1986, Weil orchestrated the merger of Shearson American Express with Primerica, a financial services company which created the financial services giant Citigroup. He served as CEO of Citigroup from 1998 to 2003 and chairman from 1998 to 2006. Weil is known for his controversial leadership style and his role in the creation of the financial conglomerate model, which has been criticized for contributing to the 2008 financial crisis. In 1985, Sandy Weil left American Express and was followed by Jamie Dimon. Together, they took over Commercial Credit, a consumer finance company from Control Data. At 30 years old, Dimon served as the CFO and helped turn the company around. Through a series of mergers and acquisitions, they formed Citigroup in 1998. However, Dimon left Citigroup in November of that year after reportedly being asked to resign by Weil during a weekend executive retreat. Rumors at the time suggested the departure was due to an argument over Dimon not promoting Weil's daughter, but other accounts cite a request for equal treatment as the reason. In 2000, Jamie Dimon became the CEO of Bank One, the fifth largest bank in the US. In 2004, JPMorgan Chase acquired Bank One, and Dimon became the president and COO of the combined company. In 2005, he was named CEO of JPMorgan Chase, and in 2006, he was named chairman and president. Under his leadership, the bank grew to become the leading US bank in assets under management, market capitalization, and stock value. Following that, he had a high-profile exchange with the governor of the Bank of Canada, in which he criticized international financial regulations as discriminatory and anti-American. In 2012, JPMorgan Chase reported a loss of at least $2 billion in trades that Dimon attributed to a flawed, complex, and poorly executed strategy. The incident was investigated by the Federal Reserve, the SEC, and the FBI. The central figure in the incident was referred to as the London Whale. Dimon later spoke out about the Volcker Rule, stating that while he agreed with the ban on prop trading, market making is an essential function and that the US should maintain its position as having the widest, deepest, and most transparent capital markets in the world. He also served as the chairman of the Executive Committee of the Business Council in 2011 and 2012. Despite scandals and fines in 2013, Dimon was awarded $20 million for his work that year, which was a 74% raise and included over $18 million in restricted stocks. Despite this, the bank had recently paid a $13 billion settlement to the US government for bad mortgages and practices during the financial crisis. As the head of JPMorgan Chase, Jamie Dimon oversaw the bank receiving $25 billion from the US Treasury Department under the Troubled Asset Relief Program, or TARP, on October 28, 2008. The Troubled Asset Relief Program, or TARP, is a financial program that was established by the US government during the 2008 financial crisis. Its purpose was to stabilize the US financial system by purchasing troubled assets such as bad mortgages from banks and other financial institutions. By buying these assets, the government aimed to provide the banks with more financial stability and the ability to make new loans to consumers and businesses. The banks that participated in TARP received funds from the government in exchange for their troubled assets, and they were also required to meet certain conditions to ensure that they would use the funds to stabilize the economy and support lending. The program ended in 2010 but played a key role in stabilizing the US economy during the 2008 financial crisis. This was the fifth largest amount ever transferred under TARP to help troubled assets relating to residential mortgages. However, it was reported that JPMorgan Chase was in better financial shape than other banks and did not need TARP funds but accepted them because the government did not want to single out only banks with capital issues. Later in February, the bank announced it would use its financial strength to acquire new businesses. Despite the government's intent to fund JPMorgan Chase with $25 billion, by February 2009, the government had not yet moved forward with the allocation of funds. Outside of day-to-day banking activities, Dimon also takes part in some politics. Dimon primarily donates to the Democratic Party and described himself in May 2012 as barely a Democrat. After Obama won the 2008 presidential election, there were speculations that Dimon would serve in the Obama administration as Secretary of Treasury. However, Obama appointed the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Timothy Geithner, to the position. Obama also praised Dimon's handling of the real estate crash, credit crisis, and the banking collapse affecting corporations nationwide, including major financial institutions like Bank of America, Citibank, and Wachovia, later acquired by Wells Fargo. He said JPMorgan being a good example, Jamie Dimon, the CEO there, I don't think he should be punished for doing a pretty good job managing an enormous portfolio. In 2012, JPMorgan Chase suffered a trading loss of $6.2 billion due to a risky derivatives bet made by the trader known as the London Whale, Bruno Ixil. A US Senate report published in 2013 revealed that CEO Jamie Dimon had misled investors and regulators in April of that year, dismissing reports of potential losses as a tempest in a teapot, when he knew that Ixil had already lost $1 billion. The report also accused the bank of piling on risk, ignoring limits, hiding losses, dodging oversight, and misinforming the public. Dimon corrected his statements in May 2012 before the full extent of the damage was revealed, following an investigation by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. From 2015 to 2021, JPMorgan Chase provided $317 billion in financing for the fossil fuel industry, making them the leading bank in such financing. The company's managing director, Greg Dimon, stated that the industry is a huge business for the bank and will continue to be so for the decades to come. CEO Jamie Dimon also expressed this sentiment during a House Oversight Committee hearing in September 2022, stating that the bank does not have a policy against funding new oil and gas projects and that such a policy would be detrimental to the country. Despite this, on October 21, 2021, JPMorgan Chase joined the Net Zero Banking Alliance, which supports the global transition to net zero emissions in the real economy. In November 2022, JPMorgan Chase's CEO Jamie Dimon sent the company's COO Daniel Pinto to attend a financial summit. This drew criticism from US lawmakers who said that attending the summit made it look like the company does not care about human rights and was only interested in making a profit from China. Some lawmakers even warned that the company's actions may be examined in the future and that could be bad for the company. Two other lawmakers also urged other US financial executives not to attend the summit, stating that their presence would only serve to legitimize the negative actions being taken by the Chinese government in Hong Kong. Despite recent controversies, Dimon is widely regarded as a skilled and successful businessman. He's also known for his philanthropy and charitable efforts, making him one of today's most influential business leaders.